The Giant Spider Invasion is a movie that was made in 1975, and it's about how giant spiders from space crash land in the middle of the country and start killing people. This is a movie that's kind of near and dear to the heart, as some would say. I was probably, 7, 8 years old, something like that. We're out with our grandma at the store one day. We see this VHS, and this is exactly what the VHS cover looked like. Seen it sitting on a rack in the store, and we're like, oh, I want to see that movie, and for whatever reason, she bought it. This movie does have a reputation, though, for being kind of a bad movie. From what I was able to kind of find out, this movie had almost every kind of problem you could have. They did the best they could. I got the DVD copy from Amazon. An introduction from the son of Ghoul. We're gonna figure that shit out. I am super bummed out, though, that the free comic book inside was totally not there. The DVD's in the DVD player. The comic was never here. The son of Ghoul is a horror host. He just stares at the camera, gestures, and makes dumb jokes about how this movie's an Oscar loser and the like. Problem with the son of Ghoul part, though, it's not funny and it's kind of offensive. It goes on for way too long. And then out of nowhere, this dude shows up and he's like, oh, what's that smell? And this guy walks up and he starts insulting him, saying he's ugly, he stinks, and this guy's like, I'm here to watch the movie. And then he's like, I'll help you out with your hygiene problem, and then takes him out here and starts doing this shit. It's all very uncomfortable. I don't know. Why is there this jackass skit type shit before this sci-fi monster movie? It's so fucking stupid and annoying. Get out of here, Crypt Keeper, you creepy, ineffective loser. Yeah, we don't need you either, Elvira. Son of Ghoul is here, and he sucks. And after he's done humiliating him for a second, now we can proceed to the fucking movie. Yeah, after that bullshit's over, now the movie can begin. Bill Rebane, that's who you got to blame for this. After the credits roll by, hey, one of your stars is falling, bro. Movie opens with a pretty steady introduction of characters. Start off at the sheriff's office with the sheriff, played by the skipper.
Hi, little buddy.
Yeah, Gilligan's Island. We got journalism guy and sheriff. I don't remember anybody's name in this movie. Journalism guy, we're gonna call him. Works for the newspaper, and he hangs out with the cops, I guess, because that's where stories come from in small towns.
Well, you know I always have things under control.
Well, I guess there's nothing going on in this neck of woods except the revival over at Gleason Town Hall.
And they're talking about the town revival that's going on tonight. I don't really know what a revival is. I'm assuming it's some kind of church thing. Journalism guy says, I got a date with this chick tonight, Terry. The sheriff's like, oh shit, that's Dan's wife's sister. And he's like, I don't care about that.
He's a strange man, and he's working up a big head of steam.
What does that mean? There's Dan and his wife, Bev. Dan and his wife do not have the greatest relationship. Dan is leaving in the middle of the night to the revival they were talking about. Bev is not going because she's not going. The revival ends up being this church sermon with this doomsday fire and brimstone type preacher. And the comet's still on its way.
Hellfire and brimstone, that is what is in store for you.
Yeah. Journalism dude shows up to the farm and says, yo, Bev, is your sister ready? But he picks up sister and they're on to the date. And she's alone with a bottle of... that's a good idea, actually. Yes, sir. Journalist guy and his date are, well, they're doing all right. Dan, on the other hand, is visiting a mistress, so he is not a very good husband. Dan makes it home pretty late, with his wife still standing on the porch, as he pretty much bullshits his way and says, I was out watching a religious thing, and she's like, whatever. Something happens. Oh, falling down. Whoa! Holy dog shit.
Weird. Jeez, would you listen to that wind?
Would you look at the wind? Who's this lady now? Look, car won't start. Oh, great. I better get out in the debris storm to figure out what the deal is. Yeah. Oh, crash suck.
What the goddamn hell was that?
There must be something out there.
Well, whatever it is, it can keep till morning.
You mean to say that all hell just busted loose in our field? And you're going on into bed?
I'm tired.
There's a great many of things I put off because I was tired. Some of them important. The sheriff gets a whole bunch of phone calls from people being like, all my electronics quit. What happened?
Your car won't start?
Bev's sister finally makes it home from her date late at night, and Dan runs out in his weirdo underwear and a shotgun.
What the hell are you doing sneaking in here at this hour?
The car wouldn't start. She had to walk home. It took forever. Blah, blah, blah.
My knee. Pull down your britches and spank the hell out of you.
I
Whoa.
always wondered why you used to spank me so much. So you could get your jollies.
Fucking weird. Strange chemistry between these two. Cut abruptly to this scientist lady walking around a lab looking all stressed, I guess. She is some scientist who I think works at some university, and she's trying to get a hold of NASA or Air Force or whoever, somebody to talk to her about, did you see this too? Because I got a lot of shit to talk about. This guy pretty much says, yo, this lady from this university calls, she's got a lot of data, she needs an expert. You're the expert, blue sleeve man, and you're gonna go out there. And he's like, man, alright. NASA expert shows up to university lady and pretty much says, yo, I'm here. And she's like, alright, let's go to my lab. And they go out to a lab which looks something like a chemistry class with a bunch of funny noises happening. And they talk a bunch of data and, you know, science jargon. Dan and his wife the next morning are walking around exploring their property, seeing if they could find what landed or what happened.
Are you carrying your gun?
Ah, shut up.
Shut up!
I'm wrong.
But then... Ooh! Nothing in the movie is like that has happened yet. Severed head, which is probably real, given the time period.
There's another one.
They pretty much wander around their farm, finding that all of their cattle have been slaughtered viciously.
I can't tell what kind of critter could have done that.
Sound design and the music choices in this movie are very, very effective. It paints a very creepy atmosphere.
It ain't gonna cost us nothing.
9 dead animals ain't gonna cost us nothing?
You're so dumb you wouldn't know rabbit turds from Rice Krispies.
Pretty much tells his wife that he's gonna butcher up the meat like always and sell it to the market. No problem, we made all our money back. It won't cost us anything. Those fucking animals look stripped to the bone. How much meat are you gonna sell, dude? The two scientists stand around and pretty much talk. Well, finally, they're like, alright, we pinpointed it to this one spot out in the middle of the country. Let's rent a helicopter and go fly over the area and take readings. As they keep walking around, they find these geode solid ball rock things. Few more steps later.
I told you something landed here last night.
And what's that? What the hell? That's the crater from a falling star. And it spit out rocks. They pretty much decide, let's take these home, break these rocks open, let's see what's inside them. They take the rocks home, and they decide to try to break them open using tools and stuff. Miss. Uh-oh. Ooh.
It split.
You didn't see the giant fucking tarantula on the floor? For whatever reason, the little crystals inside of this thing, they immediately are assuming are diamonds. So they get a whole bunch of these rocks and they start busting them all open.
What do you mean, we?
Yeah, and they're like, we're gonna be rich.
Mine.
He's like,
Everything
mine.
that's on it is
Each one of these rocks contains a fucking tarantula.
Where you found it?
I'm gonna take these to Cousin Billy and see what they're worth. But don't you tell him where we got them from.
Honest. Everything can be wonderful again, just like it was before the baby died.
Knock it off, Ev. We don't even know if the diamonds are real.
Yeah, I'm with Dan here. Don't jump the gun. Figure out if the diamonds are real. Then you can go crazy. So, scientist lady and scientist guy decide to go talk to the sheriff before they start poking and prodding around their town. But really, this scene only exists so these two people can interact with the skipper from Gilligan's Island. And also joining them at their table is going to be journalist dude who's looking for a big story, and he just sat down at it. Bev is not having a good time. She finally sees the spiders.
Big, black, hairy ones with furry legs.
Lay off the booze, Ev, and they'll go away.
The sheriff gets a call from a lady that says her husband left on his motorcycle and he hasn't been home yet. And he's like, oh, okay then. Dan, in the meantime, is scouring the property looking for more rocks full of precious diamonds. And while he's looking, oh my God. Whoa. It's a shitty burial job. Meanwhile, the tarantulas are bringing the lasers, I guess. He gets home and his wife is like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I found another body.
Another cow.
A human body. But it was chewed up worse than them cattle. Now, I buried that body. And I hid the motorcycle. No one will ever know.
You're crazy.
We can't let that sheriff come nosing around here. Wait, he'd find the diamonds. In all that grass we're growing.
Dan is kind of painting himself to be kind of a villain. He cheats on his wife. Now he's hiding bodies on his property. I'm not going to say anything about growing grass because, I mean, everybody got grass in their yard, you know. Dan continues his search for more rocks around the hole in their yard. Uh-oh. Fucking dinosaur? Wow! Ah, what a dick.
Every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. Only the pure of heart shall be spared.
There's a bunch of shots in this movie where the sound design and the scenery itself is just painting a pretty creepy atmosphere. And instead of going back home to his wife, Dan decides to spend the night with his mistress. Bev is at home alone, getting ready for bed. Wow! Run out of the house in your underwear to the, what is that, barn? Uh-oh. Oh. And there's our first attack scene. Just get a friend to run around and scream for a little bit and buy one of those plush dummy things from Spirit Halloween, hide behind something and throw it at them. That's all you need. No need to get fancy with it. It's a savage attack. The next day, Dan wakes up at his girlfriend's and drives off and going to Cousin Billy's to see if these things are worth anything. He pretty much tells him that they're not worth much, but if you had a lot of them, they'd be worth a lot of money. And he's like, oh, all it needs a lot of them? Well, that's cool.
Fell out of the sky.
The scientist people are still looking at computer screens and paper printouts, talking about readings, data, and they haven't gone anywhere or done anything besides have lunch with the sheriff. Dan gets home and finds that his wife is nowhere to be found. And her little sister's running around.
Look at this here. Cobwebs all over everywhere.
What are you bitching about? You don't even clean. This part here is probably the most awkward part in the whole movie. Dan is really coming on to his wife's younger sister. He makes an offhand comment about, maybe I should have married you instead of your sister. She's like, I was 10 when you married her. And it's like, The sheriff shows up and is asking about the guy on the motorcycle.
For a day and a half. Have you seen a motorcyclist around here?
Nope.
Oh, that's that. The scientist people have finally rented a damn helicopter and are flying over said property looking for readings. Or, never mind, I guess they hired a pilot to do that and they're just on the ground. Find these rocks. More diamonds. Sit down right here, kick it a minute. Long day of being a dick. Uh-oh. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Had not been the Lord who was on our side, then they had swallowed us up quick.
Get him. Get him. Ugh. Holy crap. What an attack. That shit was fucking weird. Creepy. Kind of gruesome, too, you know. The director in the little making of commentary talks about how their special effects guy pretty much took a Volkswagen Bug and took it all apart and just built the spider around that, and they just kind of drove it around. I think they did all right for considering what it really is. Cousin Billy shows up at Dan's house. What the fuck are you doing walking around after taking a shower like that? Billy is looking for Dan to be like, where'd you get them diamonds? What do you got going on? He begins coming on to her really fucking weird like. And she kicks him out of the house. She says, get the hell out of here and go take a cold shower. And he's like, nah, whatever, fine, I'm out of here. And he's like, oh, I got a spider in the car. Oh, shit. Whoa, big spider in the road. Oh shit. Fuck yeah, big spider in the middle of the road, made a web going across, plowed right into it, screaming, freaking out. That's insane looking. Oh my god, this is the best. Ah! Having a tarantula that close to you while you're driving. I would react the same way. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, you dumbass. Oh. Yes. Ah. Hey, man, that aerial shot of that spider, that ain't looking too bad. That looks pretty cool. This girl's getting dressed, spiders all around. She's just screaming. Oh shit. Scientist people finally showed up to the area and they're gonna walk around and see if they can't find the impact spot, whatever. Doing it. Ah! Oh, giant spider on the house. You spilled strawberry preserves on my face. Uh-oh. Tearing down the house. Journalism bro is like, what the hell, better hurry. Hey, look at that. Oh, taking shots at it. Whoa.
Sound like a half-powered rifle.
This isn't hunting season.
Was that a gun? You're in the country, everybody got a gun. Oh shit, smashed hand. Oh, look at that, that looks cool shit. That's a good long shot. Ah, there it is. Ah! They were falling all over each other. Durr. That noise is crazy. Look at that thing, that's fun. That was a hell of a sequence of events. Two scientists head off to find the sheriff after the spider encounter. And with all their data, I'm just going to give you the very short version of what they say. That thing that landed was not a meteor, it was a black hole. And it's pretty much made a portal gateway dimension to giant spider world. Which doesn't make sense because, number one, how the fuck do they know that? Number two, these rocks have been hatching tarantulas this whole time. Are they not growing giant, or are giant ones coming through the hole? They never talk about that.
Looks like our black hole has turned into a open doorway from hell. And we're gonna have to find a way to close it.
And they're just instantly on board with all of this. They decide on dropping a bomb on the black hole. I don't know much about black holes, but I do know that dropping a bomb on a hole is gonna make the hole bigger. You know, for all the things I like about this movie, this is easily the stupidest part. The bartender, for whatever reason, is rallying up a posse to go kill the spider. And another sheriff shows up, and there's a whole bunch of pandemonium. This one fucking sheriff is not going to be able to control this group of road warriors.
Everybody go home. We're not going to get it like that. Just knock it off. Oh, you knock it off.
See, look how good that worked.
Let's go.
The guy's like, what the fuck? And we immediately cut to footage of a fun fair! Uh-oh. The sheriff gets a call that the giant spider is attacking.
Okay.
That's terror in the streets. Oh, he fell down. Oh, look out! Yeah, boom! The bomb is being delivered to the helicopter, which is flying to you promptly. The two scientists, when night falls, find the crater on the property.
What's the matter? What'd you do?
Fell.
My God.
God, another one.
Huh? Another one?
Called for the National Guard. But the mobs are beginning to gather and they're getting out of hand.
Look, get somebody out here. I just found another body, or what's left of one. And for God's sake, keep that mob away from here.
These guys ain't playing. They're fucking ready to rock and roll.
Know why we're all here. You're going to know we're going to destroy that spider.
Spider's in town and these guys are fighting it.
Get on the emergency unit. I'm down here all by myself. Call the National Guard back. Tell them we need some heavy equipment.
And they're not doing a very good job. Oh yeah, montage dead people. I guess he's not. Who's this? Oh, no.
Get back now. Clear the street. The spider's gone. Spider's gone. Get out of here.
Fuck was that? Spider kills a shitload of people walking through town. For whatever reason, makes its way back to the original impact site. Presumably, maybe to bring more across. I don't know. But that's where we're heading now, where the scientists are setting up and the bomb's on its way.
We gotta keep her out of that black hole until we make the drop. Okay, I'm gonna try. Good boy.
I'll try to hold her away while you get shit ready, I guess. Here we go. Yeah, shoot it in the face. There we go. That's how you get it done. Oh, what, you only have 3 bullets? Come on, fight that thing. Oh, you fucker. Yeah, get 'em. So everything's ready now. All he has to do is light a flare and pull the trigger. Oh, there we go. Oh, a little reverse action. What? And now this thing stands here making weird noises. Ew. Okay. I guess it melts now. Yeah. Oh, God. I don't know what this is, but it's nasty looking. And that did it, apparently.
Can it happen again?
Oh, my...
When Pharaoh refused the children of Israel their right to Exodus, the heavens opened up and deluged the land with flies, frogs, lice, and locusts. It happened before, and it will happen again.
So that's it. Credits roll, movie's over. Despite what Mr. Preacher Man thinks, I don't think we'll ever get another movie like the Giant Spider Invasion. Very easy to get a hold of, and I suggest it. Pretty good time. Not too awful bad considering the low budget they had. They made a pretty creepy little movie. The science and that bullshit was a little far-fetched and obviously not within their budget to be able to pull off at all. It should have been meteors crashed on Earth with giant spiders and they blew it up at the end with a big old bomb. That whole talk about black holes and this, that, and portals and dimensions is bullshit, because you will see none of it. But this thing started off with a tiny budget, was panned by everybody, but it found its audience and it made quite a bit of money. Like, turning $100,000 into like 20 million is pretty impressive. But like Friday the 13th, that had a real low budget and that made 20 times what it did, you know. This wasn't a multi-million-dollar studio product. This was a movie made by somebody who had an idea. Old movies like this are inspirational to me, because it's like, this was made by a man with a vision, goddammit, and he set out and he got some money together, got some actors, got a place to shoot, and made his movie. Not bad. All good movies stem from an idea, not a profit. Just because this movie didn't do well in the box office does not mean it's a bad movie at all. Like John Carpenter's The Thing did not do well in the theaters when it first came out, and it's considered one of the greatest horror movies ever made now. And the special effects are fine, you know. I dare anybody out there, make your own giant spider and see if it's, you know, as good as this one. I've loved this movie ever since I first saw it. It creeped me out back then. Even on some level, it still kind of does. It's not too gruesome, and it's not too, you know, gratuitous. It's got just enough creep and just enough scares going on to, you know, you could put this on in the background of a Halloween party or something. There's always something going on the screen, especially when the giant spider starts rampaging around. That shit gets cool. So that's gonna do it. If you made it to the end of the video, then hell yeah. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.